So in the continuation of part 1, we were able to make it across the final stream, but we were still stuck in the marsh. My biggest concern at the moment was, isn't there a chance there could be crocodiles hiding in this muddy area?
You're so funny. There's no way there would be any crocodiles in here.
But then I saw them haul ass afterwards. So what does that say? I was able to make it to the sand first. Then blubs, then cheesesteak. I guess it was just based on height and weight, which may have been the sole factor of how deep each of us sank. Blubs was able to help cheesesteak get out of there. It was such a beautiful bromance moment. By then, Nikes weren't even his shoes anymore. It was just mud. After the first few steps we took on the sand, he said,
I'll never complain about sand again. I love sand.
After that, we all had a pretty chill walk, until we reached around 50% of the lake, where we saw people. The man fishing was looking at us, and he just kept looking at us. So I said, hey, what's up? How are you today? Son, look away. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's understandable. We look pretty crazy. Yo, you should punch him. Then I would really act the way I look right now. What, you mean insane? Who cares? You've always looked like a crackhead to me. I don't like you. So we walked away. A few more minutes after that, I saw this dirty, raggedy looking baby doll. Oh, cool. I picked it up as a souvenir.
That's probably cursed, you know.
Can you relax? It's a doll. It's not that serious. We continued on, but not too far from the doll, we saw something pretty messed up. There were 3 large dead birds which were cut up and put into a strange formation, which I assumed was a pentagram or some shit.
See, I told you.
I looked at the doll and thought, shit. And I wasn't about to take any chances, so I tossed the doll behind me, to which it ended up in the lake.
Now we're really gonna be cursed. Good job. You know what? Great job. Best job. Super amazing job.
Shut the fuck up. Jumped to 75% of the lake, and we encountered a building. And we thought this was no big deal, just something to pass by. But we were wrong. The building had a gap off the ground. It wasn't even just a tiny stream anymore. You would need a boat to cross this thing. And the best part about this is that you couldn't even see the bottom. How can I tell? It was black. A death trap. And now Blubs did that yell of frustration. We tried so hard, and we got so far, but in the end, I obviously found a solution since I'm making a video on this right now, so sorry for bringing your hopes up. It was then that I realized that nobody ever probably went around this whole lake once. It just wasn't worth it. Legit, I was actually about to consider swimming, but then I decided to look for a bit, and I asked them if they wanted to go building climbing with me.
Wow, that's a terrible idea.
So say no mo. I climbed the rocks and then went across the gap, which was behind the building. They didn't see it beforehand, so they followed soon after. And you don't know how relieved we were. But then we looked down. They both admitted that they had a fear of heights. But hell no rocks are stopping me today. I need to go home and take a shower. So I climbed down. While those two were helping each other out, I was inspecting the building for a bit. There was just graffiti scribbled all over it. I don't even know what the purpose of this building was for. But while I was looking around, in the corner of my eye across the building, I again saw another person staring at us. The difference though, it just seemed like he didn't want to be seen. I was just thinking, what's with this place and staring? He didn't seem to notice that I was looking at him. It looked like he was eyeing cheesesteak and Blubs climbing down. But I wanted to get out of there quickly, because by now I was half annoyed and half freaked out. But again, I passed it off as someone just looking at us weirdly. When both of them made it down, I did a quick cheer for them and said, let's go. There were so many branches that were blocking the path, which further confirmed my assumption that nobody really fully went around this lake once. We continued walking, and hiding behind the bushes, I spotted 2 objects. There was 1 book bag and 1 laptop broken in half. I don't know why, but I picked it up. The smell was putrid and sweaty. I figured it might have been lost or left by someone. So I checked inside the bag just in case there was any identification info. There was a bulky wallet with a ton of credit cards, which Blubs and Cheesesteak were interested in. There was also a laptop charger, a toothbrush, and drugs. I was thinking, holy crap, to which Cheesesteak then said,
If we look around harder, we might even find a dead body.
Whoa there, bud, you sound a bit too excited. He didn't say it seriously, but I kinda believed it. I wasn't about to take any chances, so we rushed to get to the end of the lake as soon as possible. You better believe we hauled ass out of there. In total, I'd probably say that took us 3 hours. It was kind of an accomplished feeling. But after we left that area, we caught this sign saying, caution, poison ivy and ticks. Once again, the poison ivy follows us. So we went back and we got stares and scolds, saying that this bag could be related to gang activity. We just nodded it off. To be honest though, I felt like the guy staring at us could have possibly had some sort of connection with the bag, and as soon as I looked behind, he was gone. We ended up handing it over to the park office, while giving them this full detailed explanation. You know what they said? Okay, thanks.